Okay, people, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. England cricket captain Ben Stokes is here, sitting down for his first ever in-person podcast interview. We're talking legendary career vibes and a major personal reset. You know, he's opening up about the Bazball revolution, the mental toll of top-level sport, and, get ready, his whole new relationship with alcohol. This is big. Imagine this. Young Ben Stokes, his path to cricket was anything but clear. He talks about a childhood injury playing rugby, against dad's wishes, mind you, that forced him into a life-changing decision. Who would have thought that this, just this, would forever shape English cricket?
Rugby and cricket were sort of going really well. I was at the same level at both, and remember I actually injured myself at school playing rugby when I might have been told by my dad not to play because I'd just been selected in my first underage England team for cricket. And one of my dad's players was actually our PE coach at the time. And I remember when I hurt my knee, he was called Mr. Woodcock. He absolutely shit himself when he realised I'd hurt myself because he knew that I sort of wasn't meant to be playing rugby. So I missed out on that training camp at under 15s. And he basically told me then, now you need to choose what you want to do. You can't keep doing both. And yeah, I was just enjoying my cricket way more then. So that's when rugby got knocked on the head and the pursuit to become a professional cricketer started.
So how does a clutch athlete like Ben Stokes deal with pressure? He dives deep into his core philosophy. It's about letting go of perfection. That's the secret, he says, to staying level-headed, both as a player and a captain. Fascinating, isn't it?
The saying, it's like if you're always seeking perfection, you're only ever going to let yourself down, which for me is a great saying because, you know, we always want to go out there and do as well as we possibly can. Understanding we are human, we are up against other people who are very high skilled, and there's so many things that are constantly uncontrollable. And that's where that saying I love, because I find it really, really keeps me level, not only with my personal performances, but also as a captain where I've got to look after, you know, a whole team. Really gives me an understanding and understands everyone else when they can have bad days as well.
The 2016 World Cup final, Ben Stokes marks it as his lowest professional point. But here's what he did. He turned that crushing defeat into fierce motivation for future success. It's that kind of resilience that's truly remarkable, don't you think?
What would you say was your lowest point in cricket?
Probably that, actually. 2016, how old was I? 9 years ago, that, so 23, 24. You know, that week to 2 weeks after that final was, it was tough, you know, coming back home. But I had 2 ways to go. It was either let it just completely weigh me down and let it hang around on my shoulders, or go away and work harder and let it go and use it as, I don't know, like a stepping stone to move forward. And that's what I decided to do. Didn't let it hang over me or, you know, stay with me. Just worked away and started working harder and just tried to get better and better.
Ever heard of Bazball? It's a game changer. Stokes spills the secret. It's about players smiling, showing their true selves, and rediscovering their love for cricket. Just picture it, remembering why cricket stole their hearts in the first place. It's simply beautiful.
See what happens, you know? And everyone was like, oh, and we just wanted people to have a smile on their face when they're playing, you know. They've got 3 lines in their chest. They're playing for England. It's the best time. It's like the best thing that you could ever hope for as a kid when you were trying to make it out as a professional cricketer, is to walk out and represent your country. And now you're here. Just go out and just have the best time of your life, you know, on the field, socially. We're going to do stuff together. We're going to, just create these memories that we might never have again. It might be all taken off us next year. Who knows what's going to happen? But while you're playing under me, while you're playing under Baz, you're going to remember like this for more than the pressures of international cricket. Like, let's just go have some fun and see where it takes us.
When Ben Stokes became England captain, it followed the resignation of his close friend, Joe Root. You feel the deep respect Stokes has for Root. He talks about the unseen burdens Root carried. That gave him total clarity on the role he was stepping into. It's a moment of respect and revelation.
I was the vice captain for, 90% of his, captaincy role. Did an unbelievable job. Had to lead the team through COVID, which was honestly being part of that and seeing what he had to do. No one's got any clue about how he managed to hold that team together and hold himself together, but still go out there and perform. Like, he just did an incredible job that so many people wouldn't see, the behind the scenes kind of stuff. Just incredible. And no wonder why everything just sort of got too much from it, weighed down on him, and it affected him off the field. I remember when he got the call to let me know that he was stepping down. It was like the conversation started off, but then as he said it, and then it was just like, you could feel this like sense of relief just come away from him.
Think cricket's easy? Think again. Ben Stokes debunks that myth, sharing the mind-boggling force 8 times his body weight on his knee with every ball bowled. It's intense. It's real. The man is practically a superhuman.
For me now, massively, my gym work is about, all the bits that need to be strong, or certain movements, or certain, areas of my body that has extensive load throughout the day. We need to keep on top of that. So, there's a lot of like hamstring work, a lot of quad work, calf work, like isometric stuff in terms of load, because, I weigh 86 kilograms. Every time I bowl the ball, that's like 8 times my body weight goes through the knee, through my quad, my hamstring. So, you do that 20 overs a day, it's a lot of load.
8 times the load?
Yeah, 8 times your body weight goes through your front leg when you bowl. So,
when you bowl, not when I bowl, I don't.
Well, no.
Getting real here, folks. Ben Stokes dives into his past all-or-nothing approach with alcohol. He talks about how not stopping at one drink used to frustrate his wife. But now, there's transformation. He's embracing a balanced relationship with it. It's a journey, a personal reset, if you will.
Yeah, God, I've got mirror that. Like, when I was younger, the relationship I had back with booze when I was younger, it was like I just never seen the point of like having a couple. It was like I'm all or nothing. Like, I can't have 1 or 2. If I have 1, then I'm out. And that's what it was like with me. And like, again, well, you said there, like, do I regret having like these? I'm just like, I don't know, because like there's been some times like in nights out where everyone I just can't remember what happened in the last 2 hours. I've never really thought like ill of it back then, whereas now, like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to get into that state, like, because when I was like, going out and having like a great time and having these like huge nights out, I was with like all my mates and stuff like that, and it was. And you're right, what you said, it's the process to get into there is the fun bit. It's then when you get like 2, you're just like, wow, it's just a waste of 2-3 hours. I can't remember what I did. But now I've got to like, I've got a much better like just relationship with it. I can sit there and have a social drink, like I never even, like, it used to drive my wife, Claire, mad that I would just be all or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we'll go out for a nice dinner, and like she'd Ben, you want to have a glass of wine? I'd be like, nah, I'll just have a soft drink.
Yeah.
And like, I never really understood why it was so frustrating to her, because like, but all she wants to do is just like share a glass of wine with her husband when we're out for like a nice dinner or whatever it was. But I was like, nah, I'm not having one. What's the point? I was point having one alcoholic drink. Whereas now, I get it, I understand it, and I can appreciate like having a nice glass of wine or like a nice pint or a cocktail, whatever it is, and I can just sit there and enjoy it for what it is, not just going, this is going to get me pissed, you know?
Can you imagine? For Ben Stokes, a huge turning point was a painful injury. He recalls tearing his hamstring and instantly questioning his off-field lifestyle. It ignited a major transformation, one lifestyle change at a time.
Shock of doing it when that was over, like the adrenaline had stopped, and like because I remember when I did it, like there was just this like rush of like, I don't know, it was weird. But then when everything settled on, I was actually knackered. Like I was tired because all the adrenaline had just gone from doing it. And I was sat there thinking, like, how has this happened? Like I've been playing cricket. I've like played 3 test matches. I've played in the 100, which is a completely different format. It's not as long, but it is more like high intensity. There is more like fast motions going on in that game. And I was like, oh shit, I had a bit of a drink like 4 nights ago. I was like, could that have played a part? And I was like, nah, surely not. And I was like, well, it wouldn't have helped. So then I was like, right, okay, I need to start changing what I do with my preparation and stuff. Like I'm 33 now, but I try and think I'm not. Like I'm getting older for what I do. So yeah, honestly, it was when I first pulled my hamstring in, I can't remember what month it was last year, but that was the moment there where I was like, because I missed playing test matches, you know, with an injury. Could have had a part to do with it, I don't know, but it certainly wouldn't have not helped it, if that makes sense. So that moment there was really when I was like, right, okay, I need to start maybe thinking about all this kind of stuff a bit differently.
Why non-alcoholic, you ask? For Ben Stokes, it tackles a universal issue, the awkwardness of not having a drink. He shares how these options allow him to feel included, minus the alcohol. It's a refreshing, inclusive solution.
This kind of thing, because I found whenever I would go out into a social environment, I could just feel awkward not having something in your hand. And that's the bit that I really struggled with. Like even like I would sometimes, I say if I had like a sugar-free drink or something like that, I'd always ask, can you put it in like a nice glass? Like,
Yeah.
even if you just put it in like a tumbler glass, just so it looks like a drink, you know, you want to feel like you're actually part of it. And then when I was like out and about going out for dinner and stuff like that, and I wasn't drinking, like I was having like 0 lagers and stuff like that as well. But I could not believe the difference in your mindset towards that social environment when you did have like a, I don't know, non-alcoholic beer in your hand.
In the end, Ben Stokes' journey shows us that true strength isn't just about on-field heroics. It's about self-awareness, compassion for others, and, the best part, having the courage to evolve. That's real strength. That's the message.